Hello everyone and welcome you all back here at German Check, the channel that wants you to learn German in a proper way. And if you have some issues on the German grammar, you're welcome here to fresh up your skills or, well, to learn everything from scratch. That I leave to you. Anyway, you're welcome to join and to subscribe so you don't miss out any lesson to come. And so today's lesson will deal on with the definite and the indefinite articles and the nouns belonging to them by showing how they are getting used or getting changed actually in a sentence in the nominative case. So we will go through all the possible genders and the plural form as well in order to show you how it is done. As we are dealing only with the nominative case here today, we will have to do sentences where our parts that represent the nominative case, well, and by that I mean the article and the noun, they will have to do stuff in our sentence. So they will obviously be the acting part, as I explained it to you already a lot of times on our last lessons, which you can rewatch here by clicking on the info button above. If we start with our former example here on the male gender, we had here last time Baum, the tree, so der Baum. Yeah? And if you want to form a sentence, this der Baum has obviously to do something here. So let me form here a little plain sentence that is something like der Baum, and what is he doing here? Steht, which means stands, and how we have to change the verbs here. This is a matter, of course, we will have to deal separately with on another lesson in a nearby future. But for now, you just have here to understand steht means stands. So, der Baum steht, and what is most obviously to tell now, the last information part here? Well, we could always say where. Where is this tree? So this part here, you just, again, take it as it goes. Don't think too hard on it, because here we just answer the question where. So wo. So we are talking about a place where the tree is situated. So our final sentence here is der Baum steht im Wald. In the forest, im Wald. Yeah? Der Baum steht im Wald. Der, the definite article, we mean a specific tree. Yeah? Some tree we might have talked about earlier. If we don't care about which tree exactly, we would say simply ein Baum steht im Wald. Ein Baum steht im Wald. Or of course we also can say kein Baum steht im Wald if we want to say no tree stands in the forest. Well, it's actually the forest there. Well, it's actually not a forest anymore, but well, this is a logic issue. We don't deal with it today. So these are our possibilities in a singular form if we only talk about one tree. If we go for many trees, we will say die Bäume, and then we have to change this next word here, the verb, which we have to switch to the plural form because we have many trees now. But again, this matter we will deal on another lesson. But for now, you have to understand that the many form here is stehen. So we have die Bäume stehen im Wald. The trees stand in the forest. And if we go on, if we move on, if we want to say not some specific trees, but randomly some trees, we will say Bäume stehen im Wald. And in this case, I told you last time, here it is more a general understanding, like trees stand in the woods. So it's more a global expression. If you go on and we want to say like some trees or no trees, we will simply say viele Bäume, like many trees, or keine Bäume stehen im Wald. So, viele Bäume stehen im Wald. Many trees stand in the woods. And keine Bäume stehen im Wald. No trees stand in the forest. Yes, stehen means stand, but of course I get you guys if you want to correct me, because in English you wouldn't say stand, of course. Because in English you would rather use another word than stand here, right? Okay, let's move on to the female gender here. And last time I had the exemplary word here, die Lampe. So if I go with die Lampe, I could apply the same verb here, steht, stands. So I could say, die Lampe steht, and all I have to add is a place once more. So in this case, most logic place is the table. So auf dem Tisch. Die Lampe steht auf dem Tisch. Again, don't worry about this auf dem Tisch, on the table part, because this doesn't bother us today. We just have to grasp that die Lampe is doing actually something here. It is standing on a table. So, die Lampe steht auf dem Tisch. If you go for some random lamp, we would say eine Lampe steht auf dem Tisch. And if there is no lamp, we would say keine Lampe steht auf dem Tisch. So, eine Lampe, keine Lampe steht auf dem Tisch. And then we could also go for the plural once more, and we could say die Lampen. Now we have this N to make the plural form. Die Lampen. And so we have to change steht to stehen. Die Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. Die Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. Yeah? So the lamps are standing on the table. And then we can go on and use no article, because we would say and address the lamps in a global sense. We would say Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. Well, this sounds like a common fact now. Like lamps stand on the table. Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. A fact that is like it is. If you want to say something like many or none of them, we would again say viele Lampen, or keine Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. Viele Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch, keine Lampen stehen auf dem Tisch. Yeah, that's how it goes. And for the last gender here today, for the muted gender, we will have here our example from the last lesson that we had once more. And this one was das Buch, the book, das Buch. So we again could go and tell where the book is. So we would say, das Buch steht im Regal. Das Buch steht im Regal. The book stands on the shelf. So das Buch is doing something here once more. It stands on the shelf. If we once more don't want to talk about a specific book that we might have mentioned earlier in our talk or our conversation, we would now say ein Buch steht im Regal. Or if there is no book, we would say kein Buch steht im Regal. So either ein Buch steht im Regal or kein Buch steht im Regal. So if you want to go for the plural form, we will have here die once more, the article die. Yeah, remember this one is always for the plural form. So the specific one, the definite one, die Bücher. Now the plural form of Buch is Bücher, die Bücher. And now we again have to make the verb fit here for this plural form stehen. So, die Bücher stehen im Regal. The books are standing or stand on the shelf. Die Bücher stehen im Regal. If we again don't care which books and we want just to tell in general, in a global sense, that the books simply, that it's a fact that the books are there, so we would say Bücher stehen im Regal. Bücher stehen im Regal. Yeah? If there are many of them or none of them, or yeah, you would say viele Bücher stehen im Regal or keine Bücher stehen im Regal. Yeah? Viele or keine Bücher stehen im Regal. Of course, I mentioned last time some other possibilities, some other alternatives than viele and keine. Today I just dealt with those two, but you could also have some others. And I remember last time I represented you also something like einige or wenige, like einige, some, and wenige, few of them. So here you can play around and find your fitting alternative for the things you want to tell. So, as you can see, it's not that complicated at all, is it? A little bit, maybe just a little bit. But if you can make the time, well, you have to make the time to learn this German stuff here in order to get better. Well, just pick your word, try to do just like I did today in several possibilities, play around with them, form some simple sentences just like I did, and try to memorize them. Yeah. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask them in the comment section below. I hope to see you next time once more on my channel here on German Check, so you can have a checkup to your German language. But for now, we close the lesson for today, and if you liked it here, you're welcome to leave a like here for my algorithm and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done this already. But if you didn't, so do it now, please. And see you next time. Ich sage bis bald und auf Wiedersehen.